Hey Josh, it's Monday, and first off, to answer your question from last week, I'm kind of going between two. I'm sort of trying to decide between either doing assassin or healer. I'm sort of leaning a little more towards healer though, just because assassin is basically just, it's very similar to scout, and I kind of want to try something different. But yeah, so it also helps because we don't actually have any healers. We have 3 spellcasters, and none of none of them have actually shown up to. Wait, no, we have a few more than that now. I don't remember the exact number, but we had a couple people join us from from their old park because they moved closer to here. So yeah. So we've got a couple other spellcasters there now, but anyway, not important. Second thing, happy Memorial Day. It's Memorial Day, obviously. Not much else to say about that, and I don't have a lot to talk about this week, but it wasn't a super eventful week. One thing that did happen was that I had my first in-person Dungeons & Dragons game since the pandemic started. That was on Tuesday. We did our main game of Tyranny of Dragons, and I had one of the best character interactions that we've had in that game. Because remember, that's a game that has 10 people in it, so there's a lot there. But yeah, we only had 6 people there on Tuesday, which was very nice to have an actually normal-sized party for once. And I had my character, Varys Amakir, the swashbuckler, who has no cares in the world, basically. He had a really good conversation with Arness, which is my buddy Elijah's character, who is a storm sorcerer who is not exactly a Mary Sue, but has very close ties with Tyranny of Dragons because he made himself have close ties to Tyranny of Dragons. But yeah, so I had a good conversation in character with him, and long story short, Arness never has really been able to trust anyone, and Varys is just like, hey, I know I'm a thief and a scoundrel, but if you need to talk, you can come to me. And they basically had a conversation. They have a mutual respect, I think. Varys became Arness's first friend, I guess, which I'm very excited to play more with that, but it's gonna be winter by the time we're able to do that again, because that'll be the next time that Anthony is over, is in the winter, so that's gonna take a while, and I'm not excited for that wait, but oh well, whatever. But yeah, it's something that I kind of want to do with a lot of people in that group, is to have an in-character conversation with them, because there's so many people in that group that we haven't really been able to do a lot of character interaction outside of like combat or some minor social encounters that we've all had a chance to talk in. But yeah, it's something that I kind of want to try to do, but again, 10 people in that group, so it's gonna take, don't think it's gonna happen, unfortunately, but I'm hoping that I can do that eventually. But yeah, it was fun to have. It was nice having a in-person Dungeons & Dragons game again, and I'm definitely excited to start doing that more often, because now that all of my friends are vaccinated, we are more tempted to have those every weekend again. We haven't done that yet, but we're working towards it, because the other 2 guys that are running games that are still in Kent haven't really thought about their next session. Meanwhile, I'm here having written my next session of my main Desmondus campaign for a year and a half, a little over a year and a half now, but yeah, I'm very excited for that next session. It's gonna be a fun one. I think I'm looking at not this coming weekend, obviously, but I don't think next weekend, but the weekend after that, I think, is when, is sort of what I'm looking at for it right now, so wish me luck on that. Hopefully that happens, because I've been sitting on this session, like I said, for a year and a half. But yeah, so it's very exciting to be able to, like, I remember, I think I mentioned it in my video last week about how I had the game night the Saturday prior to that, and I played almost no games because they were playing a lot of games that A, I'm not good at, and B, I honestly just don't care much for those games. I mean, they're fun to watch people play, but I suck at the actual game itself. But yeah, it's just nice to be able to hang out with people again, and not be super worried about everything. So yeah, not really much else to talk about. I might have a little more of a serious video next week, cause just reacting to a bunch of stuff that's been happening as of late, but like you said, kind of wanted a more fun episode video here, so that'll do it for this video. So Josh, my question for you is, have you been having in-person Dungeons & Dragons or other tabletop role-playing games as of late? And if so, how have those been going? So that'll do it for this video. So Josh, I will see you on Friday. In person, I believe. Later, bro.